this has been brought back. So now for Indigo only, and only for the A320 operations, the night landing time has been reduced back to 5 a.m. So from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. that will be considered as night landing.
Stay with us, Danish. Joining us is Bhavesh Oza. He's the director at Blue Star Air Travel Services, and he's the co-founder at mytravelbazaar.com as well. A very good afternoon to you, Bhavesh. A lot of chaos is happening, be it ticket booking or even cancellation and refunds. A lot of phone calls are also coming. But I want to get the numbers aspect from you. Are the air prices going up, shooting up very high? And if yes, what are the key routes where we are seeing a very jump in these prices coming in?
Good afternoon. Very good afternoon to everyone over here. Thank you for having me over here, and I'm really not happy to be here for this particular session, at least at the moment. Well, the situation is really chaotic. From the passenger's perspective, yes. From the online travel agency's perspective, yes. Your question about the prices, they have skyrocketed at the moment. What we are trying to do is, someone is stuck at a particular airport. We are trying to reroute them to some other airports, alternative airports, and make them fly and reach their destinations. For example, I recently had a case where passenger wanted to fly from Jammu to Mumbai. Trust me, the fares after 2 days is about 65,000 rupees. That's obnoxiously high. We had to reroute them, so we are trying options like Amritsar or some other cities, or make them travel by car or by train to the other major cities and fly them to Mumbai. So finally we got them at about 30,000 rupees from Delhi to Bombay. They have to travel to Delhi by the road transport.
Okay.
So that's the situation, and the situation at the back office is really chaotic, because every second we are doing cancellations, reissues of tickets, finding them an alternative option, so that the situation is a little stressful for the passengers.
Bhavesh, good afternoon. This is Hiral on this side. What I want to know from you is, in terms of the pricing, with the rescheduling that you're doing, with the new tickets that you're booking, what is the kind of increase that you're seeing versus on a normal day on various routes and various sectors? And which sectors are giving you the maximum hike in terms of pricing, and which airlines are the ones which are leading to that kind of pricing?
When you ask me for sectors, obviously the big metropolitan cities, these sectors have seen a lot of jump. Take, for example, Delhi or Bangalore, Mumbai for that matter, because they have been severely affected. So price hike in these sectors is very high. Don't ask me the percentage at the moment, because it's varying like crazy. But I just told you that a particular sector from Jammu to Delhi, it's 65,000 rupees, which is generally not the case.
Okay, I was just doing some, in fact, my colleague Somit has done this data crunching in terms of the flight tickets, in terms of routes. And, a couple of them that I would want to cite: from Delhi to Mumbai, Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, Calcutta, Hyderabad. You're talking about Pune, Chennai, Patna. These are the cities we're talking about inter routes. And the fares have jumped to in that range of almost, the minimum is 3.5 times. And that is for a Mumbai-Kolkata flight, whereas the maximum is almost 10.4 times. So a ticket that would cost you around 6,300 rupees on a normal day is probably costing you 66,000 rupees today. And that's a Delhi-Chennai flight. And that's the kind of surge, Bhavesh, that we're talking about. Is that something that you're noticing? And are people really ready to book these kind of flight tickets?
So you've got two questions over here. Yes, there is a surge. The surge is really high. Like I told you about the cities which I recently sold to passengers, and it is about 3 to 4 times than the actual pricing. A Delhi Bombay ticket is roughly about usually 8 to 10,000 rupees, and now that has jumped to about 35 to 40,000 rupees in that range, and that is across all the airlines. So yes, the surge is really high, and for passengers, since this was a last moment change, and it's the holiday period, it's the period where you've got maximum number of weddings, it's a period where people go to their homes, so this is impacting all type of passengers at the moment. We've got a lot of passengers coming in from the other countries into India for their holidays, so it is impacting everyone.
Yeah, stay with us, Bhavesh. We are getting more perspective in this discussion. Subhash Goel, he's the Secretary General, Federation of Associations in Indian Tourism and Hospitality. A very good afternoon to you, sir. A lot of chaos is, of course, happening in the aviation segment, but the tourism, this time, October, November, December, and even till March, it's a very busy period when it comes to domestic holidays, international holidays, and even foreign tourists are arriving in India as well. Subhash, what are you gathering actually? Is there any kind of cancellations happening? Is there a concern over here? Because refund is something which most of the viewers and the investors would be actually looking out for. What actually happens for this? So what's the ground update coming in?
There is an utter chaos. It has never happened before. And the tragedy is that since we decided, the government announced 8.2% GDP growth. Earlier, there was some computer glitch with Indigo, and that is why a lot of flights were grounded. And now this is just holding the government to ransom, because they had more than 1 year when this law was there that the rest period for pilot was increased, and the number of crew as per the ratio of the number of aircraft should have been increased in 1 year. When Akasa Air, SpiceJet and Air India could do it, could adhere to it, I see no reason why Indigo could not adhere to it. It is really surprising and shocking that an airline which has 60% of market share, when people who have 40% of market share can do it, why couldn't Indigo do it? The reason is that they think they are invincible, and all of a sudden, grounding of the aircrafts and holding the public to ransom was a pressure tactics which has worked.
Subhash, I would want to come in over here. Subhash, I would want to come in over here. This is Hiral on this side. We're talking about Indigo, which is holding consumers at a ransom right now. But with that, if you have to talk about the other airlines, the other participants as well, their fares have gone and touched the roof. So what are they doing? What are they doing as well? We are talking about one Indigo. What about an Air India? What about an Akasa? What about a SpiceJet? That's one side of it. And secondly, let me complete this one. When it comes to hospitality as well, all your hotels which are nearby the airports, the rates, the room rates have also touched the roof in today's day or over the last 2 to 3 days. What are you also doing as an association to make sure, to make sure that this has been taken care of and not every, probably participant from the hotel and tourism or hospitality sector is holding the commuters at ransom?
See, earlier when I was Secretary General of FAITH, that time also we had written to the government. And now as Chairman of the Aviation and Tourism Expert Committee of Indian Chamber, I have written to the government, and now I am again going to write to the government today that there should be an upper capping. What they had done after COVID, that there was an upper capping of the airfares. For example, the direct operating cost between the Delhi and Bombay for an Airbus, if it is 4,000 rupees, they could do an upper capping for 200% more. Instead of 8,000 rupees, do it at 16,000 rupees. But there has to be an upper capping. Now, when I was talking to the government on this, they said, no, in a free market economy, it's very difficult. Then why are we fixing the rates for taxi drivers who are operating from airport to the hotel? They are poor people, we can fix their rates. But for rich people who are owning hotels and who are owning airlines, why can't there be an upper capping? Earlier days, when I was president of the Indian Tour Operators, at that time, the government used to fix the rate for 5-star hotels, for 5-star deluxe hotels, and for 3-star hotels.
Yeah, yes, now, Mr. Subhash, that's a very interesting view on that. But let's just show our viewers one important thing. Yeah, So one important thing is that chaos is mounting at Delhi airport. Frustrations everywhere. Passengers are raising strong objections. Tanushka joins us live with a strong update on that.
We're still at the Delhi airport, wherein a lot of these passengers, there are passengers here from all, these positions at this point. The lady here just beside me is with an infant right now, ma'am. आपकी flight कब से cancel है? अब यहाँ पे कब?
2 दिन से cancel है.
2 दिनों से
कैंसिल है और आज भी कैंसिल है।
आज का फ्लाइट दिया कल इधर से दिल्ली से कलकत्ता, दिल्ली से हैदराबाद तक, हैदराबाद से जो कलकत्ता तक, कलकत्ता का हैदराबाद से जो कलकत्ता तक फ्लाइट था उसको कैंसिल कर दिया। तो अब 2 दिन से इंडिगो के चक्कर काट रहे हैं। विद योर बेबी। उस लोग इधर से हैदराबाद जाके क्या करेंगे?
It is really troubling. Really troubling.
And what have Indigo been telling you?
We are extending, we are giving tomorrow another flight. Delaying after 4 hours, after 24 hours. And now they are telling again for after 3 days with 2 babies. It's impossible to arrange.
मैम बॉम्बे की फ्लाइट ओपन की है क्या? बॉम्बे के लिए
आपको जाना किधर है अभी? कोलकाता। एंड कोलकाता की एक भी फ्लाइट आपको इंडिगो से तो नहीं मिल रही है। एंड व्हाट अबाउट अदर एयरलाइंस? आपने बाकी एयरलाइंस देखे?
Charges are very high, 40,000, 50,000. And we are 4-5 members. It's impossible to
accommodate. Yeah, exactly. So clearly here, the struggles of the middle class society here at Delhi airport, wherein Indigo is of course not an option right now, but what about other airlines? Other airlines airfares are skyrocketing. Just as we are talking to this woman here, she is with an infant and her 4-year-old as well. So 2 children here, the account of a mother who's dealing her 2 children at the airport since the past 2 days with no recourse, no dispute, no respite. Let us also speak to more people here. Sir, आप कब से यहाँ पर वेट कर रहे हो?
मैं कल जोधपुर से दिल्ली फ्लाइट में आया, कल दोपहर से यहाँ वेट कर रहा हूँ। मेरा ऑनवर्ड जर्नी है चेन्नई से कोयम्बटूर। अभी तक मेरा बैगेज का कोई पता नहीं है। आई एम रनिंग अ हाई टेम्परेचर ऑन दिस विंटर कोल्ड। माय वाइफ फ्रैक्चर्ड हर लेग। वी डोंट हैव इवन अ स्मॉल जैकेट। और हमको ये बोल दिया कि आपका फ़्लाइट रीशेड्यूल कर दिया है, आप जाओ करके। हमको इन लोगों ने एक होटल का नंबर दिया। होटल जाने से होटल वाले ने हमको कुत्तों के जैसे बाहर निकाल के भेज दिया कि यहाँ पे कोई रूम अवेलेबल नहीं है। रात को 12-1 बजे के ठंड में हम रोड पे सो रहे थे। आज सवेरे टैक्सी भर के हमारे खुद से पैसे से आज सवेरे की फ़्लाइट आए। सवेरे की फ़्लाइट वापस बोल रहे हैं कि कैंसिल है और पूछ रहे हैं हमारा लगेज क्या है। ये लोग बोल रहे हैं हमको मालूम नहीं है। There is no higher authorities to even come and give us a solution.
So there's a ground report coming in, and that's pretty much big chaos.
And we have this from Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, everywhere. I think all of them. The quantum of flights cancelled and everything. It's a mayhem. It's chaos.
It's pretty much it, and the biggest question is, Hiral, is what happens to the refunds? And Bhavesh, I want to get you in on this. A lot of refund queries would be coming in, and if suppose I have a ticket and my ticket has been cancelled, it's a 2-way journey or maybe a 1-way journey. Now, how does this refund actually work? And by when can this actually come? There's a major questions coming in from viewers. I need to get you on this.
Well, yes, that's a very important question. At the moment, what the airline has given us instructions is they will be getting full refunds. That's actually not the actual solution, because even if they get the refund, the price for a new ticket is way much higher than those refund values. Clients have booked tickets at about 5,000 or 6,000 rupees, which is the average domestic fare. The new ticket prices are about 3 or 4, maybe 5 times at the moment. So I would rather ask the government and everyone to have a collaborative approach on how can they ensure that the passengers reaching their destinations.
In fact, Subhash, I would want to come to you on this. I understand you're saying that you would write to the government, but what is that immediate step that needs to be taken to make sure now this does not go out of control? I mean, it's already gone out of control beyond this, because Indigo has also come out and said, they've in fact put out an apology on Twitter, on X, saying that to each one of our customers, we're truly sorry and we will take care. In fact, they've said that they will ensure that all refunds for their cancellations will be processed automatically to their original mode of payment. They will offer full waiver on all cancellations and rescheduled requests on the bookings for travel between the 5th of December to the 15th of December. The number of days, I mean, we're still talking till the 15th of December. So I think lots in terms of cancellations is what Indigo is already expecting. That's what the date tells me, and that's what I want to pick up. Subhash, what do you say on this now? What should the next step be?
I have a solution. First solution is that the government should intervene. They should pass a law that all tickets, which if I'm holding an Indigo ticket, the other airlines which have spare seats must accept it at face value. And Indigo should endorse it to any carrier at face value. For example, if there is a seat on Air India, 10 seats are empty, they should take 10 Indigo passengers, and the clearance of the account can be done through ITA clearinghouse. Now, this law is being followed earlier on all international flights. It's an established practice. I don't know why they are not doing it in India. That is one thing. Secondly, you see, the Consumers Association should get together and they should, I mean, you refund the ticket. But I just saw on your, channel that a child, a 4 years old child is on the lap, and for 2 nights that poor lady is there. How will you compensate the harassment? And I think a lot of compensation cases should be filed, and the Passenger Association should get together, and maybe your channel can take the lead of getting these people and filing consumer cases through a good lawyer, because they have to be accountable. They cannot hold the government to ransom and the public to ransom, because the government has been forced to give them extension, which is against the safety rules and regulations. So I think I don't understand that if CASA, Air India and this can follow, why couldn't Indigo follow? And yes, I agree with you that no one has the right to exploit the consumer. And in the free market economy, if they can regulate the fares of a taxi from airport to the hotel, why can't they regulate the fares of domestic airlines, operating in India? I mean, and secondly, if the extension is given, there has to be a ratio between the crew and the number of planes. And Indigo should not get rights for any new routes, and their existing rights should also be curtailed, because all airlines have to file the winter schedule and summer schedule with the DGCA. Now, DGCA should also ask them that what are the pilots and the crew you have to operate these. So this is one step ahead, because this is just, because you have 60% of the market share, you cannot, create chaos in the country. This is anti-national. And ever since our economy has shown 8.2% growth, first there was a computer glitch, and now it is an intentional grounding of planes. This should not be allowed. And if there is a penalty, then other airlines will also, think twice before doing such a drastic step.
Yeah, I mean, lots to do. In fact, the Ministry of Civil Aviation, and they have, as per the directions of Honorable Minister Shri Ram Mohan Naidu ji, the control room, they've set up a control room at the ministry, and that has been continuously engaging to maintain constant vigil over the unprecedented situation that has been arising from the cancellation and delay of Indigo flights. That's the tweet that we're picking up from there. In fact, this morning, the Honorable Minister visited the control room and reviewed its functioning to ensure seamless communication that is going through among all stakeholders, with a special focus on providing timely information to the passengers. In fact, real-time updates from all airports are being monitored to ensure adequate response and deployment of resources